fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Hey everybody, welcome back, and today we're going to talk about the summer games here. July 2024, Star Trek Fleet Command launching the summer games. I want to give you the breakdown of all the events that are going to be happening, how they work, and maybe some best strategies to complete them. And yeah, we'll go through all those different things, including even Realta PVP crews, which is kind of like a reminder because many of you have probably not done that in a while. It's not an event that we've seen a ton of, but Realta PVP is one of the few events you can load out with a various arrangement of crews and maybe even punch up. So let's start with the basics. We're going to go over the events themselves. So we have this set of events, but before we get into those, we'll address at the top of the screen here. So here's the complete layout for the next few days, where you're going to have the STFC Summer Games. Now, all of my times, of course, are set in American. So you're just going to have to accept my freedom times. But beyond that, you have day one, which is where we're at now, July 1st. We have the Summer Games Meta SMS, which is the one right behind me with Troy on the picture. We'll discuss that in a second, as well as one that lasts the entirety of the Summer Games, which is a mat spin event. And that one is very high milestones. Just put it that way. Now, are there good rewards in there? Arguably, yes. But at the same time, there are very, very high milestones. Keep that in mind. But here's how the day by day is going to go. Day one, the bronze day that we're currently on, is you have a Tal Shiar recruitment, which is FKR hostile hunting. Then you have the Brat Kul, which is PvP. And then finally, the Federation physical fitness exam. Now, those names are actually going to extend through all the days, but I've basically just listed what the events are going to be, which is PvP, FKR, and then a power/domination increase every single day. So you have 2 days on the final set for the gold events. You have 48 hours to complete those. And then again, PvP event reward bonus points for fighting with specific ships with the Realta in systems. You can try PvP elsewhere, but honestly, really quick to do it with the Realta. And as we get closer and closer to the gold events, you're going to want to probably use the Realta just for time saving purposes. So let's go ahead and take this piece off the screen and take a look at the event. So as you complete each event, again, there are 9 of them, which will help you get the overall 10 shards for Deanna Troi. Not necessarily the most exciting thing, but it's a meta SMS. Here's the big one that you have to decide if it's worth going after for you. For me, it is very tempting because there's a lot of Syndicate XP here. Then you get one of the most important officers in the game with Hugh. Then you get, which I feel like is not super valuable, with the tokens. And then finally up here, that premium mirror dust. Now you have 4 days to do this, but the cost to get it is pretty high. I'm not sure how many people are running around with just tons of epics, rares, and uncommons to spend on these. But if you are, well, you kind of have an idea of what the officers should probably be this month, right? We got 2 PvP officers in Mirror Picard and Mirror Data in this most recent run. In fact, I can actually show them to you in a quick PvP match because we had, Fudge was running those. So we just got those 2 PvP officers, right? We have an idea of what those officers are going to be. You know, we see the PvP. We can see it. It's right heck in there. So with that in mind, I'm going to adjust that screen so you can see Honor Guard Worf. You kind of have an idea of what's going to happen in July. You're probably going to get more officers that do similar, right? Another, sidecar, 1 more epic, and you're going to get probably 2, maybe 3 more officers that are PvP based, fitting in the same mold of what we have. Now you have to decide, is going after those officers more valuable than what you can get here? Maybe you decide you don't want the premium mirror dust at 17 through 21 million, but you do want the Syndicate XP, which is 4 rungs at it's about 125,000 ish Syndicate XP. That's a pretty significant amount for any player. And then scoring 5.2 million for me is not super hard. This is just super hard. So it will vary based on you. Keep in mind that this one is not required. This is completely skippable. The ones that are required are these 3 sets. So again, you have the FKR one, which is Tal Shiar recruitment. Now the milestones and the difficulty will be based on you as a player. So for me at level 50, I'm going to be going after some of these higher FKRs. It won't take me very long to finish this on the bronze day. Remember, it is escalating difficulty with silver and then finally gold being harder. You can get good rewards here. I mean, Syndicate XP, I'm not going to turn down. Realta PVP is going to be this one, which is essentially a Klingon event, paying out independent credits, which I do like as a reward. And then last but certainly not least, the physical fitness test, which is a gain power. Remember, no XP, neither officer nor ship XP counts for this one, which I think is a big bummer. We've already seen people complaining about that in the Discord. Thankfully, this is pretty relatively easy to complete depending on where you're at. I did one research. I got it. We'll see how hard the gold one is in a couple of days. So again, the PvP system real quick, that should be, again, really stressing to do the Realta because it'll be less time, but technically you can do it kind of anywhere. But my system is way. You can see there's somebody here right now, and you're going to see a litany of crews. Let's go over some of the basics of how to crew for this Realta PvP event. Now, I was running this one, which is TOS Kirk, TOS Uhura, and Wei Yun. There are a lot of different variations for this. The main key when it comes to Realta PvP is you want to boost the main destroy stats. Like you want to actually lift its attack up, which is exactly what the captain's ability does here. When fighting players at the start of each turn, as long as the ship has morale, increases the damage of the energy weapons for me with synergy by 100% by the total defense of all the officers on the ship. So you want to stack defense and get those stats up. But he's not the only one. So to be clear, there are other options here. There are actually a lot of other options, including that new PvP meta that we showed off. But you could also run something like this. Ash Tyler with Giorgio, or Nero, which gives you burning and then uses Ash Tyler to boost the amount of attack stats you're doing. You see it taking down an Explorer strike team. All these are very valid crews that you could run, and we can look at a few different more, but the main key for Realta PvP is boosting its ability to destroy. And because it's such a small ship with such low power numbers, all these are going to be a significant boost. You see, here's me taking on an Explorer strike team, and I use just a couple of different variants, try things out. Here's me taking on essentially the same run that I was showing. I had put Spock on there just to play with things a little bit because Spock obviously is going to keep my shields up, thus less damage. Put that one. Again, the main key is increasing the damage that you're creating. Just don't run out there with things like this, or else the only points you're going to be accruing are the defeated points, the ones that you get for losing, which you still get a bonus for losing with your Realta if you look at the PvP metrics. So defeating one Explorer, Battleship, Interceptor anywhere in the galaxy gives you 1,000. But if you win with the Realta in the specific system, you get 2. But if you lose with the Realta, you still get 1,500. So with it only being a 10K point milestone, doesn't take a lot, saves you a ton of repairs, and saves you a lot of time not having to go look for anything. But we'll see how the gold day is. If the gold day has a significantly higher milestone, well, you might have to look in other places. But for now, absolutely pushing everybody to take a look, at least at the specific system, and you want to be the kind person out there. Just go ahead and make your Realta your primary ship and, swap it around. So let's just say you finish your milestone. Throw a speed crew on there for your Realta and then feed it to the other players. Always encourage people to do things that's good for the community. Once you've completed your run, just feed people. And again, these things are super, you're paying a little bit of par steel to repair it? Who cares? So feed your team, feed your server. That's what I like to do after I've completed mine, and that will help everybody get this going. But this is the summer games. Again, one last time, take a look at the overall map. This is what it is. This is what's coming. If you have any questions, you can contact myself or any of my volunteer and moderation team on Discord, or you can just, maybe ask in the YouTube comments, which is super helpful tool. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video. Let me know if you need anything that I can do for you. Be more than happy to try to oblige. See you later.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.